starting with the greatest name of Almighty Allah, who is the most merciful, gracious, beneficial, and the creator of whole universe. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Today we will discuss a new topic named false imprisonment, which is basically put in the sixth number content point named classification of tort, simply trespass to body. I said you previously in some lectures before it, that classification of tort or tort is simply classified in three types. We are discussing in these some lectures consistently about trespass to body, and trespass to body is further divided into assault, battery, and false imprisonment. Before this lecture, in two lectures we have discussed the assault and battery, and in this lecture inshallah we are going to discuss the false imprisonment. So let's start. When a person deprives another person of his liberty, he is liable for the tort of false imprisonment because it is an unlawful act. In order to prove that this tort has occurred, there are few essential factors that need to be proven. The liberty of the plaintiff has been totally restrained, and the restraint was composed without any lawful jurisdiction, because it is not a lawful jurisdiction of a defendant or accused to stop someone or to imprison someone. It is an unlawful jurisdiction of him. Imprisonment must be absolute. What's absolute? For example, if a man without having any threat does not go at a particular destination and says he was threatened or stopped, but actually he was not, so this is not a valid ground for proving the false imprisonment. For example, if X during going to shop stops because he saw his enemy and comes back to his home and run back to his home, and in court filed the case that he was unlawfully stopped or restrained from going to shop, then that claim will not be valid and will be nullified because imprisonment is not absolute. He was basically not stopped by the enemy. He had just illusion that he will be stopped if he goes there, but in the fact his enemy was not stopping him. So there must be absolute imprisonment. Enforced disappearance is also a false imprisonment. For many days in Pakistan there have been enforced disappearance. People are deliberately disappearing. I don't know, we Pakistanis don't know that who are attacking to them. So that enforced disappearance is also a false imprisonment. Now let's move to the elements of false imprisonment. Firstly, the unlawful justification. Unlawful justification how? I stopped him because that was my personal area. For example, if a man, after stopping a person or imprisoning to him, he says that I stopped him, I imprisoned him because he entered in my area. So that is not lawful justification. So there must be lawful justification. So for the elements of imprisonment, there must be unlawful justification. Then second, without consent of prisoners. Sometimes prisoners have also the consent. Sometimes the prisoner himself wants to be imprisoned. For example, he says that I have theft something, I have robbed something, so please now imprison me. Please imprison me because my enemies will surely beat me. They can kill me also. So in this manner, he cannot file a case against that person who has imprisoned him, because that imprisonment was on the consent of prisoner. But here, for the element of false imprisonment, without consent of prisoner is mandatory. Third one, complete or absolute imprisonment. About this absolute imprisonment we have discussed before. There must be absolute imprisonment, not an illusion. False imprisonment is the violation of Article 10 of 1973 Constitution of Pakistan, which says safeguard as to arrest and detention, and Article 15, the freedom of movement. So here the topic ends, guys. In the next lecture, we will discuss about the next type of classification thought, simply the next classification of thought after wrong to body or trespass to body, and that is wrong against property. Thank you, guys. Khuda Hafiz. Here the topic ends. Don't forget to like and comment. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.